what it is too, but this truth card and signing into this piece. Now, it feel like all my videos are recorded late at night or early in the morning, because that's when I think the most. But anywho, I felt the need to do this video because this is a topic discussed a lot amongst me and 3 of my friends, and it's always like a long discussion, and it's like a repeated discussion. So I felt the need to come to you guys with this video. The title speaks for itself. Does a perfect attendance at church get you a free ticket into heaven? My answer is no. I feel that a perfect attendance at church makes you religious, and then that's questionable. And it doesn't make you a Christian. And I think I'm a Christian. I'm going to say that. My grandmother put the fear of God in me a long time ago. And before I was baptized, which is going to be another video, because a lot of these kids today are getting baptized and don't know what the meaning of baptism is. We had to know the meaning before you got baptized, and you had to do a whole bunch of other stuff before that, before you got dunked in. So with that being said, it's essential to go to church. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking away from the throne. It's very essential to go to church, because I feel if you can go to the club, if you can go to work, or you could gather up with your friends and chill, then you can go into the house of the Lord. But at the end of the day, I don't feel that that's going to get you into heaven. Because a lot of religious people ain't living right. A lot of religious people are still condemning people for Lord knows what. You know, that's a whole nother subject. I got some notes right here because I want to hit everything that I want to hit. Anyway, when it comes down to a pastor, like, let me give y'all an example. My church home, I don't have a pastor right now. We have a deacon that basically speaks every Sunday. And a lot of the members was like, well, why don't you be the pastor? And he kind of said, well, I don't want to be the pastor because I hadn't got my calling yet. So if you're not called to be a pastor, then I don't feel the need, and it might be a wrong way of thinking, but I feel that he hadn't got his calling to be a pastor. So if you haven't got your call to be a pastor, then why are you up at the pulpit every Sunday basically ministering to us and preaching to us? You know, I don't feel the need to come. You know, I can go talk to anybody on the streets and have a conversation about God. So why I feel the need to go hear you talk about him, you know? And there's a lot of pastors out there that are pastors and ministers, and I feel that they got the proper training to be a pastor or minister, and then they can't carry the gospel the way it's intended to be carried. Because a lot of people feel that, you know, their pastor is going to lead them to heaven. I don't feel that way with my pastor. Yeah, well, when I have a pastor, you know, I love my pastor, you know. Me and my last pastor, we was cool, we was good, because he knew me and I knew him, and I respected him and he respected me. But at the end of the day, when I look up to a pastor, I look up to a pastor to teach me better ways to live my life, to get to the throne. I don't need him to lead me to the throne, because I felt when I was baptized and I became a Christian, I know that my goal was to get to the throne. And I learned after I got baptized that you have to walk by faith and not sight. So if I'm going to walk by faith and not sight, I'm not going to actually see my pastor leading me, so there's no need for him to lead me. That's how I feel when it comes down to a pastor in a church. So sometimes I know you will sit in church and you will attend church regularly. You know, like I feel like this. When I attend church to get a good word, you know, and congregate with other soldiers in the army of the Lord. You know, it's not, I don't feel when I go to church to discover God. I discovered him a long time ago. You know, he discovered me a long time ago. You know, he know me and I know him. And at the end of the day, I don't go to church to just discover him. You know, I go to hear the word. I go to, you know, let me see how I'm going to say this. I go to hear the word, and then on top of that, it reminds me of his promise, listening to people speak of him. But I know in my heart that in my life, on this journey, on the road that I'm on, I know that this road is filled with many rewards. And I know those rewards are basically built on burdens and obstacles that I cross in life. And I know at the end of the day, at the end of the tunnel, my main goal is to get to the throne. And I'm going to get in because he promised me a place. And if I keep living on the word, if I keep living on that promise, I'm going to get in heaven. So going to church every Sunday, I don't feel that that's going to get me into heaven. Because I can go to church every Sunday, 2 and 3 times a day on Sundays, and not live by the word. I can go to church every Sunday and not stand on the promise. So I'm not really feeling the scenario of having a perfect attendance is going to get you into heaven. I never really understood that. And not only that, a lot of people feel that, oh, I haven't seen you in church. What you got going on? I have a life going on. That's what I have going on. That's why I like to respond to people. They always look at me funny when they be like, oh, where you been? I hadn't seen you in church in a while. What you got going on over there? Life. That's what I got going on. I'm living this life that God gave me, and I'm a work in progress. I tell anybody that I am a true work in progress. Every day of my life is a brand new day to me. I was telling one of my friends the other day, at this point in my life, at 26 years of age, I feel I have no regrets. I may not be proud of everything I've done in life. I ain't ashamed of nothing. So if I'm not ashamed of anything that I've done in my life, then I have no regrets whatsoever. So basically, that's my opinion in a nutshell of having a perfect attendance and getting into heaven. It's very essential to go to church. It's very essential to give your 10% if you don't go to church. And I think that's one of my main problems, being that I haven't been active at my church because I don't attend the way that I want to because we don't have a pastor. I haven't been thoroughly giving my 10%, and that's something that I'm working on within myself. I know I need to give that 10%. If I want to prosper the way God has designed me to prosper, I have to give him what's due to him, and I'm working on that. And a lot of people don't feel that. A lot of people sit in church and they feel that, I'm going to get there because I'm here. No, you're not. Stop playing yourself. Stop playing yourself with that scenario. You ain't going to get there because you sitting there. That's foolishness. I feel that is foolishness. That's my way of thinking. I'm going to go ahead and sign out on this video. So, deuces. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to me. And comment, hit me up on my email. It's truthcollins3046@gmail.com. I have to think about that because I have a Yahoo account, but no, don't use that one. Use the truthcollins3046@gmail.com. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, if y'all have any comments, please comment. I'm not taking away from anyone that attends church every Sunday. Because like I said, attending church is very essential. Especially when you have young kids. Because you have to make an impression on them. And I'm going to make a video about that too. So it's essential to go to church. Especially if you have kids. Or just for yourself. But I personally don't feel that me attending church and getting a perfect attendance is going to get me into heaven. I don't feel that way because a lot of people attend church all their lives and they get to the point where they're hospitalized or institutionalized where they can't make it to a church. So are those people not deserving to be in heaven? That's the way I think. Like I said, it may not be the right way to thinking, but it gets me through. And I don't think my Lord has led me wrong so far. He stands by my side and he holds my hand. So I'm going to sign out on this video. Bye. Again, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Please comment. Bye. Deuces.